today I'm just going to quickly turn the mic up, otherwise you probably won't be able to hear me. Yeah, today we're going to be working on the Community Gun Addon for MrCrayfish's gun mod. Currently there's quite a few things that people have sent which I'm going to implement. Some things were added last night, and then I realised, you know, I could probably do a stream for this, so that's what we're going to do. Just quickly jump over to the actual ID and get started. So currently there's a few things in here. We've got 3 guns and 3 attachments currently. I'll just run the game so to see what they're like. And the repo can be found on my GitHub, which I will, if I get a second now, I will add to the description. Quickly grab that link now and add it to the description if anyone wants to go ahead and contribute towards it. Let's quickly save that. Okay. All contributors are listed on the README on the GitHub again, and will be listed on the CurseForge page upon beta release. So I'll quickly load the game and see what's going on. For some reason it's not even loading on, so I'll have to, that's because it is the early loading process, which is the game title. The title should change to .16, which we shall see in a few seconds. So how's everyone? This is a very last minute stream. I didn't stream yesterday. I was going to stream yesterday, try and keep the kind of a week between a stream there, but unfortunately I couldn't get that as I was kind of called away to do something, but I thought I'd do it today just to, why is it 1.16.4? And not, anyway. So yeah, I'm going to try and stream weekly now just to kind of keep the channel going. I kind of died a few months ago, but we'll see what's going on here. Okay, loading this new world and see what we've got. Okay, so there we go. So we have the guns which have been added by, I'll just quickly check if I can remember who these guns were from. I have edited the model files just to make sure credits are given where they are needed. So this is all of the current models, and everything that's been added is from that avocado boy in the MrCrayfish Discord. We have, I'll just quickly grab out everything that there is. So we've got these, the kind of perks and things should probably be changed. They haven't been officially set yet. I'm just going to cancel out of that. And we'll have a check out all of these. So we have the Holoscope, the basic stock, the angled grip, the mammoth, Vector, and currently the 9891, which doesn't have a name. I found this when I was testing yesterday. I was running around with the 9891, and just when you're running around and you kind of pull it up to aim down the sight, it kind of comes over the shoulder, which I thought that's kind of cool. And I still need to fix the attachments because currently, actually that's fine, the stock doesn't need to go on. Barrel, I'm not sure if everything on here is fine, but what I'm just going to do is I'm probably going to break the stream for a second just to make this full screen, and I'm just going to shrink it down just so I can see the game a little easier on my screen. Now I'm going to try and get as much of the IDE in as possible whilst I'm editing the data, so I'm going to hide the console down there. I'm not sure what else I can do. I could hide the project taskbar, but that's just going to still get in the way. I'll shrink the game a little bit and put it in the top corner. JSON files don't take up that much space. Mods are only for Java. Bedrock uses add-ons and everything you can get is already in the store. So if it's not in the store, then you can't really get it. Okay, let's have a look at the... Let's quickly edit. I'm not sure if this has been completely done. Does it have stocks? No stock. We've got underbarrel, barrel, and scope. So I'm just going to quickly grab some attachments to try and test all of these additional guns out with. In fact, we'll try the mammoth, but no. Yeah, we'll try the mammoth first because that was the first gun I added, so we're just going to grab the basic attachments because we currently only have one barrel attachment. Is there an underbarrel? We can try. Stock obviously is not applicable because it's already built in stock. We've got the silencer on the front. That seems to go in. That seems to go on fine. Can't really see because of the the massive perks part on there. Barrel seems fine. We've got underbarrel. We've got underbarrel. Yeah, underbarrel seems to be okay as well. And scope. Scope seems to go on there fine as well. And I'm just going to quickly test with a couple of the additional ones just to make sure everything, obviously stock, won't be needed. Underbarrel, specialised grip. Yeah, that works as good as it possibly can be with the rest of everything else. It's just a matter, once you've added the guns, it's kind of just working out all the data stuff. Because once you've got the gun in the game, it's quite simple to add everything. Now that could possibly be lower, however, if it's actually on the model, that's not going to look right, so I'm just going to grab an item frame. No, I'll put it in the middle for... You see, because if I put it any lower, it'll be kind of just in the model. It's not... Anyway, it should be alright. You still see down the sight and everything's fine. So if we go back in here, I still need to add a creative tab because there currently isn't one. So I'm going to say the mammoth is fine for now. It seems to be working okay. Presentation mode, I've not seen that before. View, let's view, appearance. Presentation mode, I've just broken that. That's interesting, I suppose. I'm not entirely sure it's... How do I get out of this now? Brilliant. I have broken this. How am I supposed to get out of this? F11? No. Well, it's nice to say that I've broken the ID. Exit presentation mode. Oh, there we go. View. View. Appearance. Exit full screen. There we are. Has that fixed it? No. View. Appearance. Exit presentation mode. That's what I need. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that. Just quickly zoom in a bit. If I can remember how to zoom in. That's not how I'm zooming in. What is happening here? Why isn't this letting me zoom in and out? Because the text is a lot smaller than it was before, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, we'll get on with what we're doing. So, actually it should be in settings, try that. Is the settings going to load? Settings, editor, it'll be an editor and font. May as well search font size. Ah, change font size with control wheel, there we are. There we go, that's a lot easier. Okay, so right, now we're back into the normal view. I'm just going to quickly load up something. Right, okay. So we'll try the vector now with all the attachments. It hasn't got a stock. It needs a barrel, a scope, and an underbarrel. So we'll grab a couple of these. I'm not entirely sure how that angled grip's going to look on there. I have to actually. Underbarrel shouldn't really be applicable there because there's not really much of an underbarrel anyway. That can probably be removed. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna probably remove that underbarrel. Stock. I suppose there could be a stock on there. I'm not entirely. I'd just like to mention I have no prior knowledge of guns, to be fair. I'm not really an expert when it comes to this part. Scope. We'll grab a few scopes. I can exit out of there. We'll grab the short and the holo. Attach that. That is not. Yeah, this gun needs to be updated a bit. So we're gonna add the short scope. I'm basically gonna add all of the attachments so we can figure out how we're gonna position all of them. So grab a silencer as well. Yeah, that's way off. That must have been copied from something like the Mammoth. Stock is not applicable at the minute. Underbarrel is. So I'm going to go into the IDE and look for these things. So project, vector in the data. You should be able to see that. I can probably enlarge the game as well. Starting to see that, fine. Okay, so the scope, barrel, we don't need the underbarrel, so you can completely get rid of that. Now, I'm not entirely sure, I can never remember what each thing is called, so stock, I presume, is just stock. So we'll add stock as a new thing here, Y offset. We'll set that to, we'll just put this as the same as these so it's easier just to copy in. And we will Control-Shift F9 to build all of the files that we've edited, which is currently just this, and that should update when we do /reload. So I'm just going to quickly, it'll be reloading, don't worry. Yep, so I'm just going to quickly grab a few item frames just to put on here, just so we can kind of place it down as well, just to see how everything's positioned. So now if we press Z, we can see that the stock is going to be added. So I'm going to grab the light stock, the tactical stock, and the weighted stock, mainly because we can see that the weighted stock has a little bit of thing. Yeah, that's very far off as well, and the scale is a lot lower down than it should be. So I'm just going to quickly go into the project and copy the stock from the Mammoth. There isn't a stock on the Mammoth because I completely forgot. That doesn't have. What's happening here? I'm going to go on to the original GitHub just to copy the data file from the assault rifle. Generated, it will not be in generated, it will be in the resources. Data guns, assault rifle, just so we can get the general normal size, which I presume is just 1. that would kind of make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. And I think it would be defaulted if we remove it. So I'm just gonna quickly, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly do this. So you see we've got a tiny stock going into the silencer there, which is absolutely brilliant. So we'll just reload and see what's happening with this. Okay, that's a better size. We just need to move it back now. So if I go and change the Z offset to, I'll just put it at 0 at first, just so we can kind of find where the best point is, and we'll just build that, and we'll reload again. Let's put it right in the middle. So yeah, let's put that right in the middle so we can move it back now onto the positive axis and just see where everything's gonna go. I'm just quickly checking something in there, and now we get back to this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to move that on the positive axis, so I'm just gonna put, if that's 8 over there, that's like minus 9-ish. Let's put it at like minus, positive, we'll put it at positive 4, just for now, just to see. Try moving big steps and then move it down slowly after. That will probably be the best way to do this. Obviously it needs to be moved up as well. Yeah, that's kind of just merged in with the gun as well. So we'll put it at, I'm going to put it at 9. Just because I think with the back being there, 9 should be okay. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, you see that looks a lot better. It still needs to be moved up a bit, but that looks a lot better than it was when it was tiny and over there. So I'm just going to quickly move it up to 10 just to see if that kind of pushes it out of the gun, and if it doesn't, then I'm going to leave it at 10. Because the further out it is, the more kind of, I'm not sure on the word here. Yeah, you see how that's coming out of the gun now. I'm going to move it down to 9.5. So I believe it should work with floats, yeah. I think 0.5 should put that perfectly, if not perfect, on the edge there. Yeah, so you see like that. If we had an attachment such as, I suppose that one's the best example, because it's got the bar very close to the actual edge here. It just allows for kind of, if I got the attachment, no I haven't. So if I grab the basic stock as well, so it kind of just makes it easier because that is a big stock on that gun. Because you can have things closer to the edge, the more precise you are on this edge, the better things you can have here. Don't know if that made any sense at all. Okay, so now that's kind of the stock sorted on the Z. Now we need to move it on the Y, so I'm just going to move it up to about, I'm going to put it at 3 just to kind of round it off at first. And wait for that to build. And then we can sort it out. Reload and see, yeah. So I'm going to move it up to 4. I think 4 should be okay. So like I'm saying, this is kind of the whole thing with data-driven things. So you can easily add the item. Yeah, that's too high up. We'll go 3.5. So it's kind of just, as soon as you've got the things that you need in, so as soon as I've got the gun in, we can just immediately start testing, trying to position things with the attachments and such. I'm gonna move it down a bit more. We're gonna go 2.5, 25. And that should kind of hopefully do that. Let's clear the chat of just reloads. That seems kind of perfect. Obviously, these completely don't. You couldn't tell. I'm just gonna quickly hide my OBS stream because I can't see what the hell I'm doing. So yeah. What should we move on to next? I feel the scope should be a bit further back. Yeah, we need to lower that as well. Zoom modifier Y offset, we'll change that to about 3. Because that comes up very high and it kind of clips into it. So we'll reload again. You can kind of tell when it's done because you start to hear the sounds and everything. Is that... I'm going to set it to 0 because I'm pretty sure it's going from the center of the screen. And if I can tell if it's going from the center of the screen, then I'll have to obviously lower the number. I'm pretty sure it's going from the center. Does that seem higher? I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to quickly set it to... What's the Y offset for the pistol? The Y offset for the pistol is zoom is 4.5. 4.5. I'm gonna set it to that. Just because it keeps clipping inside of the gun if you see that. So you just obviously we'll want to remove that. I might have to change the zoom modifier as well. That seems lower. I want to change the zoom modifier. If I put it to 0.5, because obviously the zoom starts at 1, so nothing would change if I made it bigger. And I will reload because that's finished building. Yeah, you see that zooms in a lot more. I actually prefer it at 7. 7 seems about. It's just the Y offset for this. So if we go, I'm going to change it to 10.5 just to see. I'm not entirely sure if this is updated. No. Seems higher. I'm not entirely sure though. Also, I'm not sure if item frames should have blood particles. That seems a little wrong. See, I'm not sure about that. I'm just going to quickly have a look at the main game file to see what we can put underneath the zoom, because so if we go into gun mod, yeah, so it'll be in yeah, I presume it'll just be in gun. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. We'll go into item maybe, gun, no, it'll not be gun item. I'll put common, we'll try, I'm pretty sure common and gun, there we are. Not custom gun. What's custom gun? Model, this model. We'll try gun. Yeah, this has all of the stuff, so we want to go inside of, not the mammoth, because that is done. Modules and zoom. So we want to go to modules. Modules, here we go, it's the full class. Zoom. We want everything related to zoom, really, don't we? Field of view modifier. It has the X, Y, and Z offset. We want the Y offset though. That's not. We will reload again. That doesn't seem. Oh, I've accidentally left off again. Right. Whilst that's on there, let's. Oh, this cable keeps coming out of there. Anyway. Might as well just run again, just to say. Okay, so let's see what we're doing here. Actually, don't have anything to commit. That would have probably been a good thing to look at before. Because if we don't have anything to commit, then we can actually, yeah. That was a mistake. I'm just going to quickly updated Mammoth. What did I update there? Updated Mammoth UV. Suppose that would be as delightful as possible. That can go in one commit, I suppose, because it's just modifying the vector. Oh. close GitHub now. Let's see what's happening. Okay. Gun still too high. Gonna change the Y offset. Y offset -10. Set that to 0. Instead of this, let's work on the actual attachment placement, because this barrel attachment is kind of a little far off. Barrel Y offset will change that to -5, maybe 4. Control Shift F9 to reload everything. So there's nothing to reload, but we know there is. Reload. There we go, that's a bit closer. Not the best. We'll put it at 1 just to say. Bang. Alright, that attachment still needs to be moved. Set it to 0 just for now. I don't know why I put the point in. That was completely useless. Did I even reload that? Yeah, I did. Thank you for the subscription there. Brilliant. We just need to go on the positive axis just a bit. Can we change it to 0.5, possibly? Play Wonderwall. I will play Wonderwall if I didn't get copyright striked. So, unfortunately, I'm not gonna play Wonderwall. That seems to be okay, possibly. I'm not sure. Obviously, I'll have to change the size a little bit. Put it 0.5 for scale. Reload and reload the game again, just so we can kind of get it in line with this. That's gonna grow. Yep, that's actually, you know what? That seems, it might be off by like a couple of pixels on the bottom. Yeah. Change the Y offset. That's probably why, 'cause it's 0.94. Actually, we'll change that to 3 and build again. Come on, build. Why is it taking more than 5 seconds? Why is this building... Oh yeah, the mod will be completely compatible with the Timeless and... Is it Timeless and Classics? I hope that's right. Yeah. Providing that... I mean, I don't see why anything wouldn't be compatible. It's using the same mod as the basis, and... Yeah, they'll be compatible. They'll be perfectly fine together. Okay, that's finally built. I don't know why it took 30 seconds. Yeah, that's off by the top now. 3. Change it a bit lower. 2 point. We go 2.75 and see what that looks like. So it normally builds in like 4 or 5 seconds. Yeah, all add-ons for the same mod should work, providing that one of the add-ons doesn't completely mess with the base mod. I presume the Timeless and Classics doesn't completely mess with any of the functionality in the base mod. This mod doesn't. Neither does my Nerf gun, so that should be... Yes, I'm coding. Did that even... That's even lower than it was before. I'm sure it was off on the top. That's rebuilt. There we go, that looks good for the barrel. I presume... I think it looks odd because of the way that the actual barrel on the gun looks. The diagonal parts aren't the same length, so I think that's why it looks a little off. Now for this thing. This build. Oh, you have plans to erect it? Well, like I say, because the way mods work, basically, there shouldn't be any compatibility issues because each mod, well, including the base game, has an ID. So I've got advanced tooltips on here. If we look at polished diorite, it's got Minecraft before it, so it knows that everything's fine with that. So that is a block from Minecraft. But if I go into here, that's obviously an enchantment book, so that's registered through Minecraft anyway. But we can see that the normal assault rifle in the base mod has an ID before it, which is CGM, which is Crazy Gun mod. And that is registered when that mod is loaded. And same with these, so additional guns, mammoth, that has the additional guns thing. So if you add a vector with the exact same name, it should be perfectly fine because you will be using your own ID. I might add all of the add-ons to this as kind of dependencies just to keep on top of compatibility, but I don't really see how it's needed. There shouldn't be any compatibility issues anywhere. Scope time. Okay. Scope is surprisingly enough under scope. We need to move it up a bit. Y offset, put it to 4. At least I presume it's going up. Yeah, I suppose, but the thing with the add-ons is that obviously everything can be customized via data packs, and I presume that the vector that we both had will probably have different stats and different recipes, so it kind of balances out in a way, I suppose. But it just depends on player experience in the end. I don't even know why I put orange down there. I think it was when I was testing the colours for the guns. Because I completely forgot that all guns can be coloured, so I had to override the can colour. Because when I was originally testing it through here and putting dyes in there, the tint index was on all of these colours here, so it kind of just changed the entire gun. I'm not sure if that was the intended thing, but it kind of doesn't look the best when it just randomly changes colours, but we'll see. Oh no, I've broken that. I didn't do that. I don't know why there's blood particles coming out of there. I presume because it's just an entity. Move the scope back. Z offset, put it to 0. Actually, no. It would have to. That's going to move it forward, isn't it? Oh, it's going to move it forward. We need to put it on the. We need to give it. We need to make the number bigger. Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. What was it before? It was 3. Let's change it to about 6. And reload again. I don't even know why that's doing that. Yeah, that looks a lot better now. Because it's aiming for the scope when you zoom in, and because the scope was so low, it just kind of clipped into the model. That's that problem solved, and I probably spent about 5-10 minutes trying to figure out what that was. But at least it's fixed now. Of course, it's looking for the center of the scope. Right. Does that look okay? We'll try with a different scope. Do I have the... No, I didn't have the Holoscope, did I? So quickly put these up there and grab the Holoscope. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That completely reduces the aim down sight speed. I'll have to check the stats on that. That reduces it a lot. Reduced ADS. Reduced ADS. That completely throws everything off. And I've just realised that no one's been able to see the IDE because I've had the project window open. So that's absolutely fantastic. I should have realised that a little earlier. But now that's done. So yeah, I think currently the vector is okay, apart from the obviously the stats of the aim down sight and stuff. I'm just gonna leave this for now. I'm gonna update that on the GitHub. Yeah, that seems okay. And obviously, because you can see with this, the stock is doing a lot. Because the only difference on the actually, that's got a sound sound as well. If I copy the Holoscope from this and put it on here, yeah, that is doing a lot. That stock is doing a lot there. So that might just be down to that. Anyway, I'm going to commit that to GitHub, and we'll see what we've got to do next. Is GitHub even on here? No. GitHub desktop. There, it's behind Minecraft. Why is it behind Minecraft? I'm not sure. Right, okay. So basically we have updated the assets for the data even, so that's just going to be art, I presume. So yeah, edited stats. Why is that not capital? And that is of vector. Changed. Let's just put changed. Actually, does that zoom need to have a? Let's put it at 4.5, just because that's what it is on the other things. Yeah, that's reloaded. Reload the game now. Reloaded. Yep. So if we remove the Holoscope, that's quite far back. I'm not sure if that's intended, because obviously the pistol, I suppose the pistol's that there as well. Might just be down to the fact that it's a single-handed weapon. Anyway, yeah, that's looking pretty good now. I've just realised that I've had GitHub open, so you can't see that, but that's fine. Sometimes I just completely forget to close windows, and that's obviously that. So change positions and attachments for spell attachments. There we go, finally. Change the, what have I changed as well? Change the fire and sounds. Commit that as well. And I'm just going to quickly close that so you can see everything else. Okay, so I'm going to leave the vector there for a minute. And let's start working on the 991, because currently, actually, there is no flash on that. There's no muzzle flash on there. I hadn't realised that. That seems like it's clipping into the model anyway. But there is no muzzle flash on there. So that's a bit of a bug. I'm just going to push these. I'm actually just going to go ahead and push these things to GitHub. I use GitHub Desktop because my brain functions a lot easier. Yeah, I prefer everything visualized. That's the main reason. And I find it a bit easier just to open it and just do that. There we go. And we need to... Hello there, Nicholas. And what am I going to do now? The Muzzle Flash, that was it. There is no Muzzle Flash on the vector. So if I find the... The thing that I have realised is... Obviously, the barrel gets attached in the exact same place, so why is that moved there? So it's very easy to add the Muzzle Flash as well. The Mammoth has it, so... The flash, there we are. Display flash. Display, is there a display thing here yet? No, it's just modules. Display under sounds between modules. Just so it's kind of in line. And with this, it's very easy just to... Yeah, I find, to be honest, I haven't really used the built-in IntelliJ Git stuff. I mean, I've got it installed because it keeps coming up with an error every time I open, but yeah, I just find it a lot easier to push, pull and fork stuff with it. I mean, I've used it for a few years now, so it's just kind of ease of use for me anyway. And the fact that, obviously I've got no experience with the built-in IntelliJ one, but you can just quite easily see all the repos that you've got local and stuff, so it's quite easy just to see what there is. That's a lot of repos, but then again, there's a few, yeah, there's a few there. Anyway, I'll close that off. Like I was doing, the flash is the exact same as the barrel. So copy the Y and Z offset, and that should be perfectly fine. Wait for that to reload. There we go, there's a muzzle flash on that now. And of course, if we attach a barrel attachment, such as the silencer, it will automatically change according to the model. So I can commit that as well. Fix the muzzle flash on the vector. Actually, that fix no muzzle flash. That'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to leave the vector there. I know I said that before, but I'm definitely going to leave it now. To work on the 99.1. I'm just going to get rid of these. So if I just quickly grab an item frame. Obviously we don't have a stock attached to that. Is there anything else? I'm just going to quickly close windows that I've got open that I don't need open. Right, that's fine. I can probably hide OBS as well. Okay. So no stock. We can have under barrel, sight, and barrel. Yeah. So let's do all of that. Yeah, I just find it a lot easier using the desktop app because the history feature is quite cool as well because you can reorganize things, but I just use it because it's what I've been using for years really. Tutorials on this subject. Well, the thing is, I suppose you can consider this stream a tutorial in a way, because what I'm basically doing, if you look at there's currently, I believe, there's 3 open source add-ons for the 1.16 version of the gun mod. There's My Nerf Gun 1, there's this additional gun ones, and there's the Timeless and Classics, which is another one. They're all open source, and basically it's the same as making a normal mod. However, instead of using things from like Minecraft and extending that, so for instance, if you're creating a mod, you added a block, you would extend block, you would create a new instance of block. In this case, we're creating a new instance of a gun item, which is something provided by the MrCrayfish gun mod. I don't know why I said gun 3 times there. But basically we're just, because his mod has been created in a way to allow users to add more stuff, it makes it really easy for other mod developers to create add-ons in a way. Now, add-ons are basically just mods in themselves, but they rely on other mods to load in. If I just quickly go into build Gradle. Yeah, so here I am requiring the gun mod as well as a bunch of other things here, just because they're things which are just optional dependencies. 2 required, 3 optional, but it's basically just like making a normal mod. So there's 3 main examples, which I'll link if I can get the links. So it's on GitHub. Repos, 15 additional guns and toy guns, yeah. So basically the three main ones are there. I'm not sure about the timeless and classic. Yeah, timeless and classics. I'll link that as well. Yeah, those are the main 3 repos, and obviously there's the main one, which has a lot more of the obviously base features because it's what the mod is, but there's examples in the base mod, of course, because there's these 9 guns here. So instead of using a tutorial directly, you could kind of just base it off what already exists, which is kind of what tutorials are in the first place. And just see how people have done their own things. Right, back to grabbing this. So, what can be currently attached to it? Underbarrel, barrel, scope, that's already been done. Let's add all of these things just to see. Don't need a scope, underbarrel, barrel, silencer is the only current barrel attachment. Right, things seem to be slightly okay as a starting point. That seems to be perfectly on there. I might just leave that. Okay, is there a gap? No. I might move it down a little bit because it seems a little bit top heavy. But I do want to test with the angled grip, because that's gonna kind of make or break this. I need an item for him, because obviously it's a longer underbarrel attachment. See, because that seems perfect on there, but that's just a little bit bigger. I'm gonna position it on the bottom of here, somewhere there anyway. So let's do that first. On the barrel. Where is it? That's the vector. That's the mammoth. Got none of these. None of these in the right place. What more? Lion. Zoom, attachment, scope, barrel, under barrel. Y offset can be moved up a bit. So put that 0.5. See how that is looking. That's rebuilt. Move that up a little bit more. 2.75 maybe? 5.75. It was 2, wasn't it? Yeah. Just don't want to push it up so far that it gets pushed out of the way. Thank you very much for that subscription there. I reload the game again. Ooh, that is very close. Just going to run into spectator and I think that's just a... I feel that's a tiny bit off. Oh no. Let's put it up at 0.8. Because if I just go over here, you can see the underside of that, and you can see there's a gap there. So we'll look again. And just see if there's no gap. If there's no gap, then that seems about spot on perfect. Now we just need to move it into position. Z offset is minus 1.5, so we'll set that to 0. Just to kind of push it to the left a bit. Did I reload the game? There we go. And that should be okay. Spectator. This might be a problem. Might have to push it back a little bit more. That's not something I had considered because you obviously can't change the size of the attachments, the scale of them specifically for each item. I think pushing that back. You see, because if we push it back so far, it'll get to about here, and then it doesn't really matter if that goes in because I think the amount we push that back, that'll not collide anywhere with there. So look at this. Let's set it to 2. Build. Reload. Obviously the hand position as well is another thing to consider. Because that just, yeah, that's not right. 2, we'll try 1. Because obviously we're wanting to look pretty good on using all of them. But unfortunately that might not be the case. Did I reload? I don't know if I did. I think I did. I might just have to set it to 1. Because you see that looks fine there. But it's more with these ones. There's also the light grip as well. We'll try that. Barrel light grip. Because at this point I'm thinking, should I make a new grip type to move the hand so it fits in? That scope is very low. Do I make a new grip type? But it looks fine on here. I think for the sake of adding a grip type, I haven't added one yet. Let's have a look at the main repo and how they're added. It'll just be easier to look at the main repository anyway. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just too obviously it'll not be like a massive amount of work to do. I just wonder if it'll be really worth it, to be fair. 'Cause, I mean, that looks, it's the thing with this angled grip. This angled grip seems to be a bit long. Like the back bit seems to be kind of just poking out. But it looks fine if I just move these forward a bit. I think I'll leave it for now, and if there's more underbarrel attachments which have like a longer kind of thing instead of just like the handle down, I'll probably look at adding a grip type. It's not like a massive thing. Right. Why did I delete them from just going to use a scope? Scope needs to be definitely moved up. Scope is there. Y offset? We'll set that to 5. It's reloaded, and we reload again. That was a little bit higher than I thought it would be. Do you have a grip type for each gun? Seems a bit extreme, but if I can't get anything from the main repository, then I'll take a look. I think I remember seeing it mentioned somewhere that you need to register the grip type directly. Is that? Did I reload that? That's still a bit too low, I feel. Move it up a little. Try it with a different scope. Try it with this one. Yeah, move it up a little bit more. So 4.5. Yeah. That's what I saw when I was looking at the few in the main mod, because obviously there's the few that have the special grip type specifically for them. That was a bad idea. Oh well, we have a completely messed up area now. not even gonna bother to fix that. I think I'm just gonna leave it just for the fix the floor. Why did I decide to shoot the? Okay, I did reload that. Reload the game. There we go, reloaded. Ooh, that's a bit too high. Put it 2.5. Why did I reload the textures? I didn't mean to do that. I just automatically randomly hit F3 and T there. Right, we'll actually reload now. Yeah, that seems fine. We still need to add the name for the item. I'm going to commit that to Git first, just so we've got the properties. Of the 9A91. And is the flash in the right position? Yep, flash seems fine. Get a clean gun just to test. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna add a new workbench. I'm not sure if it'll be worth it. Because obviously all the guns can still be crafted in here. But I'm not sure. Maybe if I just put a similar recipe and I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe if you craft the workbench and then hit it. I still don't know. It would be nice to have like a different workstation for different kinds of guns and stuff, but I don't know. I might just end up using the same one. Just have everything together. Yeah, I put a poll in the Discord the other day. I'll have a look. I don't know if I'll be able to find it. Just asking if I should keep them in the... Yeah, people decided that they wanted it more like filters. If you haven't seen the filters mod, or the furniture mod creative tab, it's got like a selection thing on the side. So obviously filters items out. I think it works on tags. So it works items from tags. So obviously if an item's in a tag, then it'll be registered into there. But I'll have to have a look at the furniture mod and or filters to see how that works. Just to keep things separate from the main mod. Yeah, so it's 11. It's 10 to 1 One person suggested that it should just go inside of the main mod tab, so I think I'm gonna have to at least push it out into into a new one. But that's more of a thing to do when beta is being released, or alpha. We'll keep it in beta. Alpha is probably just a waste of time anyway, especially for an add-on. I'm so tempted just to fix this now because it's getting on my nerves. Right. Just pull this back because we're not going to see the corner, are we? I did it there. 2, 3. Right, there we go. No. There we are. Finally done that. Right. Back to how it was when we started. So yeah, that is the 99.1 done. Pretty sure. So let's quickly commit that and then fix the name bug. Edit properties. I spelled properties wrong. We'll put stats of the 99.1. Actually, I'm not. 6. That's quite a few, and I'm pretty sure you aren't you doing animations for all of them, which I presume is going to be a little bit more work because they'll all be model overrides as well. I'm not sure if this add-on doesn't have any model overrides yet. However, I still have some things to do for my toy guns. I've got a model override in there, which is kind of like the chamber thing. Yeah, so currently the toy guns, there is one released. There's only one gun, but I've got, I think it's either 2 or 3 which I've added, but just haven't gotten around to even just releasing or testing or anything. But yeah, I was looking at the tack guns the other day and they're really detailed. Catch up on new weapons, yeah. That's the thing, they're really easy to add, but it just gets really time consuming when you're changing the stats of them and the kind of positions of all the attachments and stuff. Yeah, I changed because I don't know if I've got a desktop. I'm just going to quickly add a scene for the desktop, just to... Can I grab a display capture? Do I have a display capture? I don't think I do. Display capture screen 2. Or display 1, yeah, display 1 should be fine. Basically, not food mode, that's the, oh my, one that it goes to, toy guns, there we go. So, currently this is the only gun in the toy guns. However, if I go over to images, I've actually changed the original model. So the original model, which was this one here, is now this one. And yeah, those are the 3 here. So that's the silencer on there. But yeah, this is the only model override I've got for the rotating chamber. I was thinking of adding something like if I just put one here, something like this. The minigun, because I'm pretty sure there's at least one Nerf gun like this. Obviously, I'm not going to brand it as Nerf just because I don't want Hasbro to sue me completely, which probably wouldn't happen, but it's just better safe than sorry. So yeah, they're kind of the 3 things currently. We've only got the 1 dart. I was thinking about having that coloured, but the way I would want to colour it is have the tip and the bottom, so I'd have to figure out... I'd basically have to make a new ammo type, and edit the colored interface just to make sure I can save 2 bits of data to it, and figure out some sort of crafting for it, which would probably end up being a bit of a pain. But like I say, everything is completely doable, but whether it's worth the time. Hello there, Aspect of Redstone. How you doing? Yeah, it's just the balancing of everything that takes the longest time. Name for that lang file. Can close GitHub now. Not in data, it will be in the lang, surprisingly enough. Item 991. -991, that's how it's supposed to be. Build everything. I'm not sure if I've got the models locally, but I changed my hard drives and stuff, so the toy gun stuff might still be on my old SSD. I can't remember if I merged them over or not. I'll have a look in a minute. Okay, 991, there we go. So I can do that as a fixed bug. Open GitHub again. Why is that changed to, oh, just because it's got the comma on. Added name for 9891, there we go. Commit, and I'll push those now. I mean, I know I've been quite slow in this stream, but hold on. Yeah, so I've been streaming for the past 1.5 hours, and I've just been editing statuses of guns, really. Nothing too much else. I haven't added anything, actually. I'm going to add something now, though, because I'm going to go through and see if I added everything from that avocado boy. Guns, items. There's a 9891 scope. I'm going to open that in Blockbench to see how it's looking, and then we'll import it. It's always a good idea to check if it's looking pretty good inside of there first. Make sure all the UV textures and stuff is good. Output, item, is that going to take me there? No, that's going to take me. So guns, item, 991 scope. And that uses the medium scope texture, which I presume is a texture from the main mod. Yeah, that looks like it. Yeah, so the thing is, obviously this is a community add-on, so a few people have just sent me models, and I after reading the messages I sent in the Discord like 2 weeks ago, I think it was, I realised I sounded a little angry in the messages about the Z fighting in the models, but it's just something that really annoys us. You can't see Blockbench, can you? I'll add that now. Game capture, I suppose. Properties for Blockbench. Capture specific window. Block bench, sim executable. Now the thing is, because it looks like there's Z fighting in this model, but I think no, it's using different parts of the model. I'm gonna have to download the texture. Oh, is block bench? Yeah, block bench not. Block bench is not on there. Hold on. Would it be game capture? I'll just use window capture for the minute. Block bench. That is the stream. That's not entirely what I wanted on there. Block bench, no. There. Yeah, so this is using the texture from the main mod, so I'm gonna have to download that. Yeah, that's. I have fixed a few things from models that have been sent. Some of them, the texture faces were just completely, like, they had been wiped. So it had no texture. Like there you can see there's no texture there. So if I go on, that will be the east. Yeah, east has no texture. Like why, you can see that, why doesn't east have a texture? So I'm going to have to download the texture. Yeah, display will catch the entire screen, window will just catch the window. I tried game capture, obviously not working. This game capture is a bit odd. GitHub, I have to download the original texture gun mod. Source main, resources, assets, textures, items. Medium scope. Open image in new tab. Save image as. Other guns, texture. Oh, I haven't got Minecraft in full screen though. That's the. I think it's because Blockbench is probably a web app, and that's why it's not. It'll just work on a window capture. No, it's not a faulty export because they've been sent as JSON files, so there is no fault with it. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, medium scope, change file, other guns, texture, medium scope. Okay, I know it's not a mod. You see, because you can just see through that. Yeah, we're probably not going to be seeing that in the thing, but it'll be decent just to at least have auto UV. That's east. Copy of 4. West. There we go. See, that's as easy as it is. And I presume, yeah, stuff like this. If you didn't know, is very performant. So we're never going to see the underside of that. So why has it got a texture? Just remove the face and it's one less thing to render. Same with that. I just tend to move things up one entire pixel and just start removing unnecessary faces. Like, there doesn't need to be a down face or I presume that's an up face. Yeah, that doesn't need a face. That doesn't need a face. That doesn't need a face. Neither does that. I presume they both have downs, yeah. It's basically just one thing less to render. Yes, this is a small model. this is a small model, but it's still rendering every face. That'll probably have an up as well. Actually, is that just one? Yeah, it's one block. These probably have a down as well. Yep, down. Double clear that. Actually, these ones shouldn't even have an off face. It's just good practice to get rid of stuff like this. The way I do my models is I paint on them. So I make the model and then texture. It's just, it's not going to make a massive difference because obviously Minecraft renders a lot of things at once. But it's just the sense of, it's just useless to render that face if you're not going to see it. Yes, it's not going to make a massive performance difference, but it's the principle of it's never being seen. See, these don't need an up face. Oh, they don't have an up face. I presume that's been created with the, what do you call it, the plugin then. That doesn't need a down face. But it'll probably have a down face. No, it doesn't have a down face. Okay, some things are good here. I don't want to put it in tab view. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there now. Actually, yeah, that seems to be fine. Save as medium scope or 9.891 scope, and X out of block bench. I'm going to copy that file into the models. Actually, yeah, we should probably change this. Additional guns. Yeah, I suppose that's a thing when you're working with like kind of super detailed models. Actually, it will not would be crazy mod. Items, or item. Oh, I can't remember what it is. I presume it would just be items if it's, yeah. Just because I started using item now. Yeah, the way I do most of my models, including the ones I've done for the toy guns, I create the model, and either whilst I'm creating the model or after I've created the model, there's a paint feature inside of Blockbench, so it just means I can auto UV everything off that obviously isn't shown, and then just paint on top. Obviously auto color face all the sides as well. Right. The 32 by 30, I don't even know what the size is, but we can leave it like that. See, I'm not sure why this has got a tint index on, because it's a grey model. So I'm going to remove all tint indexes from that. Open model. And then scope. Select all, tint index on, tint index off. Actually, no, I'll just go in again and do all. Tint index on, tint off. And nothing should have a tint index because why is that going to tint? no tint indexes because it's not a colored attachment. Right, okay. Yeah, but the thing is, hold on, was the model, I'm pretty sure the model was grey. Or my eyes just gone completely bonkers. Medium scope, change file for the texture. Let's go straight to other guns. Yeah, you see it's kind of grey. Or is that the white that it needs? Yeah, I suppose. I see what you mean. It's kind of a white. But it seems just a bit dark. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. Did everything have a tint index? Because I haven't got the original model now. Yeah, it's using the normal texture, which for some reason I automatically just presumed it was just too grey to my eyes anyway. But I can go back and change that. Vector models. Now I'm gonna have to figure out what all the things are. Looks like the original model had a tint index for everything, so yeah. That's my mistake. Oh, it's alright, I'll just I'll edit the file. There's only one texture, isn't there? Yeah. After every hashtag, one. Replace all. There we go, that should be fine now. Yeah, it just looked a bit too dark in Blockbench, but that might just be because it was blending in with the background. It's fine, it's fixed, and if it doesn't work when I load the game I can always remove it. But it can be easily, to be fair, it doesn't actually, I could have just left the tint indexes on because you can specify, I can just specify inside of the, just specify inside of here. Scope attachments, here we go. Static final registry object. It's an item, and I mean specifically it's an attachment item, a scope item, but this select sans item 991 scope. Oops, items.register 9891 scope. Give it a supplier of a new scope item. Create a new instance of that. Grab the scope create class and do the just do the same. 1.665 gun modifiers. It's gonna give, I suppose, I don't know. Slower radius, slow radius, I'm not sure. Light recoil. Is slow ADS and slower ADS different? What's the difference between them? Slow ADS, slower ADS. Slower ADS is probably slower ADS. Yeah, slower ADS is going to be dot viewfinder of the offset is going to be just set it to that for now. Get the item properties, new item dot properties. Set the max stack size to 1 and the group to gun mod. Dot group, can it be coloured? It can be, so oh, it's not float. Why did I say that? Float. Presume scope item has 2. Yep, that's fine. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to render the client handler, model overrides, item registry, dot. Have to get the item from the registry object. I'm just gonna do a short scope model just to see. I have to close the game as well. Again, just to, because you can't reload the game because nothing's been initiated. Okay, and that is the game loaded. It's probably tiny on your screen. There we go. Yeah, there is that model override has not worked. Need to move that a bit. I have noticed it is very low as well. We'll have to move that actually in block bench. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to move that down. I don't know why I have to just put that there. I'm just looking at scopes. Scope from that one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that down in block bench, aren't I? But I'm gonna have to change that model. Actually, oh no, I didn't run debug, did I? And that world hasn't saved, so that's brilliant. Blockbench again, but it depends on how much I'm going to have to move it down. Holoscope, I'll open that at the same time. Open new instance of Blockbench, 2 instances open, that's absolutely brilliant. If I just copy the Holoscope into here, that's just copy the faces, isn't it? Yeah. If I copy the bottom of the holo, you can't see any of this because I'm just trying to... Yeah, that's like an entire pixel off there. Yeah, that looks... yeah, that's merging with that. Save 9 is go. Item registry, no. Data, assets, models. And luckily because Git is installed, it comes up red. But the cowboy is not there. The item gun mode. That has saved, doesn't it? Oh, is that the... Where's that exporting to? Okay. Item registry. I'm just going to set that viewfinder to 0. You can say Blockbench, can't you? But you can only say one instance of it. Thought I'd turn that off. What's this? Find the model node, have it as a problem. If you want to send us models, you can. I've kind of got a few things to add. I'm trying to add things in order. There's a couple. I think there's one thing which I'm gonna probably leave out because it's more of it's not a gun, so I think at that point I'm just gonna add it as an optional dependency for the vehicle mod, and that's installed at the same time. Just gonna hide Blockbench for the minute. However, I believe I'm going to finish this stream because I have to head out very shortly, so I will get this scope added, and I think I'm going to call it a day for this. I'll do things, you can follow the GitHub and whatever, but I will be back next week. Also, get this model back, and that was very laggy for some reason. Yeah, that looks a bit better. That again. That whoa! That shit. I don't even know what's happened there. Okay. But yeah, that looks better than it was. I'm gonna move the scope back, just so this can kind of be a bit more. Jesus, that is wow. Oh, 0.3. Change that to 0.3, and we'll find out the real thing. But yeah, I'm gonna have to change the position of that, so I'm gonna have to create a new scope override. Short scope model. It shouldn't be that difficult. I should just be able to move the position of the thing. Actually, if it's using the medium scope. Let's test this. Okay, I'm gonna test this just to see. I'm also gonna move the textures, data, guns, 991. Just gonna move the scope back just a little bit, so I'll probably put it at about 5, just to push that on. But wow, I didn't even know I've been streaming for about 2 hours. That's probably a record for me. I really don't know. I can't remember how long the last stream was, to be fair. Last stream was a little bit shorter than this one. But yeah, I am gonna figure out if this medium scope model is fine. If it is, then I don't know why Minecraft just decided to go white there. But if this medium scope model is fine, then hopefully that should be it. I seriously crashed there. No, it's just the authentication. How what? I've just got the wrong chat on. Oh bye. I really hope this model is fine, just so I don't have to create my own. It would be a lot easier if it already worked. Alright, full screen now. Why is that not full screen? Hello? I'll just make it bigger for you. And that's the 2-hour mark. Brilliant. Oh no, that medium scope is not. It's nothing like what I wanted. That's a very big screen. Yeah, I think it looks like I am going to be. It looks like I'm going to be adding a scope override for this. Unless, actually, you know what? I don't. Why is that moved up on there again? Oh, why is this? Hold on. It's because I've changed the thing, isn't it? It's changed the data. What was it? 4. Change back to what it was. 4.25. Set it to 4.5. Reload. I think. I don't know why I didn't think of this, but if I just move the model back a little bit in Blockbench, it will be perfectly fine. Why I didn't think of that, I don't know. That was meant to say reload. Okay, here we go. There we go, that looks a bit better. No, it doesn't, it's still a bit off. 4.35, put it 3.5. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna have to move the what do you call it? The scope model button, Workbench, which hopefully should be pretty easy. If I just get the front edge of the this, just move the model back a little bit. That's fine. I can move the model back. Just how much back is the question? I presume it's going to hit the middle. So I'll just save that. I'm going to have to exit out of the game anyway because it is a medium scope model now. Client handler, short scope model. The unused import there. Seems fine to go. CGM items, yep, medium scope. And I've just displayed my desktop. Game seems to be taking this little while to load here. Okay, single player new world, because that's the name of the world, because I didn't bother to rename it, which is all cool. Hopefully this has worked, and I won't have to create a new scope model. I don't even know why I was thinking of that. Just move it in Blockbench is the most logical solution in the world. Okay, here we go. I'll have to move it up a bit, but that seems fine. Yeah, just moving. Actually, hold on. If I move the model up, then that's just gonna break. How is that offset working on the? I'm determined to get this done, but I need to leave in 10 minutes, so it's just item registry. 0.3, was that the thing that was set to 0, just to see. If it doesn't work this time, then unfortunately I'm gonna have to finish here. But it has been a perfect run. I've got a bunch of the data done for some of the guns, probably even possibly a beta release, I don't know. Just to get it out there, kind of thing. But I still need to mess around with the creative tab, or the item group, which they're now called. I'll still call them creative tabs, even though that changed after 1.12. 1.12 to 2 actually, but yeah. Item groups is what they're now called. Okay. Yeah, I mean, technically item groups now. After 1.12, creative tabs changed to item groups. But I mean, technically speaking, they're still creative tabs. They're tabs in the creative inventory. But obviously through making mods and stuff, they're item groups now. One point 13 recreated and completely changed them. Oh, I don't know if it's just me or if the game's taking a little longer to load now. Just because it just knows I'm running out of time. It just knows. There's nothing about it. It just knows. You know. Okay, this is the final time I'm loading the game though. At least for the stream. Not like forever. I'm not like never loading Minecraft again. Yeah, that's not what I needed. Anyway, I'm gonna finish the stream here, even though the thing, I don't know what you call it, the site isn't entirely fixed up yet. I will finish that later, and it will be perfect, I promise. But yeah, I'm gonna finish the stream here. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe. and I will see you next week for the next stream. So I think next week I might stream the same thing. Might stream some Minecraft 1.17, maybe some modded gameplay. I don't know. Maybe just developing more. But until then, I will see you next time. Goodbye.